Well, welcome back, Devils fans. It is your host, Ace, here on Running with the Devils, where we are talking New Jersey Devils hockey all year long. Please hit that subscribe button, smash the like, share with a friend. Thank you very much. And as I've said earlier on in the season and in the weeks from then, my first personal checkpoint to really take a look at this New Jersey Devils team would be at Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving has come and gone. I hope you all had a great holiday with your friends and family. And here we are. So it is time to examine your 2024-2025 New Jersey Devils. At this point, the Devils have played 25 games thus far, going 15-8-2 with 32 points. And for those of you wondering, by comparison, through 25 games last year, the 23-24 season, the Devils were 14-10-1 at that point for 29 points. So right now, the Devils are 3 points ahead of where they were at this exact point last season. And obviously, that's a very encouraging little metric to start off with. But I'm going to get to plenty because there's a lot of people that still don't believe and understand what's going on here. So your boy Ace is here to club these negative Nancy's over the head with some stats and facts. And so there we go. We're 3 points ahead of where we were last year. Great to see that through only 25 games. Right now, the Devils are playing at a 640 points percentage. So you look here, that is good for third in the Metro. I always tell everyone, I don't look at the official standings, or at least anytime soon, because the Devils have played 3 and 4 games more than a lot of the other teams. So a real good indication is the points percentage. What percentage of the available points are you banking? And right now, the Devils are at a respectable 640. 640 points percentage, which is good for third in the Metro, behind the Capitals, who are at 705, and the Hurricanes that are at 750, which is just absolutely insane. But third in the Metro, love to see it. Would love to see them win the division. That's not out of the question, but I firmly believe the Devils will finish in the top 3 in the division. With a 640 points percentage at the moment, extrapolated throughout the whole season, that would put your New Jersey Devils on pace for 105 points, which would be a pretty solid season. And like I just said a second ago, I firmly believe that puts you in the top 3 in the division for sure. You know, the Rangers are kind of in that 4th spot on the outside looking in, but I firmly believe that the top 3 will consist of a mixture of Canes, Capitals, Devils, Rangers, with whatever team doesn't finish in the top 3 getting the first wild card spot. I think when you see here, you see the drop-off from the Rangers down. I mean, Flyers, Blue Jackets, Islanders, and Penguins are kind of in a really rough way right now, and I just don't see any of those teams really improving their situation dramatically to force their way into the top 3 or a wild card spot, if I'm being honest. Let's look at the Devils' goals for and goals against through 25 games thus far this season. Through 25 games, your New Jersey Devils have 84 goals for. So the Devils have scored 84 goals, and they have given up 65 goals against, for a differential of 19. Not too bad. Not too bad. The 84 goals puts them at 5th in the league in terms of goal scoring. So we're the 5th highest goal scoring team right now in the league. And then we look at the goals against, as I just mentioned. We have 65 goals against so far in the season, which is 15th in the league. So kind of middle in the pack. So top 5 in goals scoring, and we're middle of the pack in goals against. Hopefully this is an area we could see cleaned up. Markstrom has been pretty good, I think, thus far, but needs to be better. And unfortunately, it seems like the team doesn't play as well when he starts sometimes. But would like to see Markstrom, pick it up a little bit as the season goes on. But as it stands right now, Devils right there in that 15th spot. Goals against, 65. Combine the two, obviously the differential, goals for, goals against. The Devils are in 4th place in the league with a plus 19 differential. You absolutely love to see it. 84 goals for, 65 against, plus 19. Love to see it. Only trailing the Caps, Hurricanes, and Jets. And again, just another kind of reminder that the Metro Division is stacked. 3 of the top 4 teams in terms of goal differential are from the Metro Division. It's absolutely insane. What a stacked division. Canes, Capitals, Devils, we'll see what the Rangers do, but the division's loaded and it's going to be a dogfight all year. But there you see it, folks. When you combine them, goal differential, Devils in 4th place with that differential of plus 19. Where does that compare to last year at this exact point. So if we take a look at goals for and goals against through 25 games from last year, the 23-24 season, we take a look through 25, the New Jersey Devils had 91 goals for and 91 goals against for a differential of 0. Flat even. They scored as many as they gave up, and it was 91 of each. 91 goals for, 91 goals against. And if you look at that, I mean, we're plus 19 right now through the same amount of games. That is a dramatic improvement. Goal scoring down a hair. Right now we're at 84 versus the 91 we had last season. So it's down 7 goals over that time span. Nothing too dramatic. But when you look at the goals against is down a ton. A ton. Devils gave up 91 goals through the first 25 last year. And through the first 25 this season, we've given up 65. That is 26 goals less. That is more than a goal per game less. Let's just sit back and think about that, folks. Over 1 whole goal per game less surrendered this season versus last season. And that was the biggest issue on pretty much every Devils fan's list. Tom Fitzgerald knew it. All the media knew it. The fans knew it. Goaltending was an absolute disaster last season. It needed to be addressed. Fitzy went out this summer, and aside from getting heavier, edgier, more violent, he went out, got Jacob Markstrom, Jake Allen for 1 more year, and that tandem has been so far. Again, would like to see Markstrom improve a little bit. I really would. He hasn't played bad. He hasn't played great. He's kind of been middle of the road. And again, the team hasn't played the best in front of him. But overall, through those 25 games, we are giving up a full goal less per game. That is an amazing improvement. An absolutely amazing improvement. And in the summer, I did say, with the loss of Toffoli and some of the uncertainties in the forward group, I did say goal scoring may go down a bit, but I did expect goals against to go way down. And so in that scenario, which is playing out, it is a net win. Through 25 games, we were even last year. Goal differential of even. 91 for, 91 against through 25 games. That is a differential of 0. The boys are plus 19 right now, again, with 84 goals for, only 65 against. What a dramatic improvement over last year. And then if we get down to, I was thinking about something, I was like, what if we looked at the games played thus far kind of as just one continuous playoff, right? So we broke it down into series, if you will. So I said, okay, let's just take a look. So we look at October. If I just treat the calendar like series, Devils win the first 2 in Prague, up 2-0 in this series, right? Lose to Maple Leafs, so they're still up 2-1 in the series. Beat the Capitals, up 3-1 in the series. Close out the series against Utah. Devils win the first series for this exercise, 4-1. And then we get to the next series. Starts off with a loss at Carolina, a win against Ottawa, painful loss in OT to Capitals, loss to the Lightning, loss to the Red Wings, and this was our most painful stretch, obviously, of the season thus far. And in the second series of this exercise, the Devils lose the series 1-4. But then we go now to the third series. Starts off with a loss against the Islanders, win against the Ducks, win against the Canucks, so leading 2-1 going into November, 2-2 after the Flames loss, win against the Oilers makes it 3-2, win against the Canadiens makes it 4-2. Devils win this series 4-2, and we go to the next. Start off with a win against the Islanders, 1-0. Lose to the Sharks, series tied 1-1. Beat the Panthers for that first game, 2-1 in the series. Beat the Panthers 6-2 in the second game against the Panthers. Now the Devils are up 3-1 in the series. Painful shutout loss to Vasilevsky in the Lightning series at 3-2. 4 days off. Wrap up the series against the Hurricanes, winning 4-2. And that is also how that series ends, 4-2. New series, game 1, beat the Caps 3-2. Beat the Preds 5-2. Lose to the Blues in that painful shutout loss there. So Devils currently leading 2-1 in the current series. Chopping up the calendar that way, I think, will give people a little more perspective that good teams are not going to win every single game. It's just not going to happen. There's going to be stinkers. There's going to be some bad outings. And in the end, when the playoffs come, you just have to win 4 out of every 7. You don't even have to win 5 out of 7. No, 6 out of 7. You just need to win 4 out of 7 and then do it again in the next round, and the next round, and then the next round. So when looking at the calendar that way for this 24-25 Devils team, they are 3-1 in series. So 3 series wins, 1 series loss, and they're currently up 2-1 in the current series. You know, should they win this one by finishing with 2 wins in the next 4 games, you're talking about 4-1 in series broken up. I mean, pretty damn good in my opinion. And I think that really just gives kind of a little more of a bird's eye view because people get caught up in the moment, and I get it, but it seems like lately after every loss, people just forget about, you know, where this team was last year and what they've been able to accomplish thus far in this season. And we're still in November, about to turn the page on November and head to December, but to go 5-1 in that stretch with the two Panthers games, Hurricanes, Capitals, Lightning, I mean, wow. I don't know what people are expecting. You're not going to win every single game, but I think, again, that little exercise to break it down to series really shows you how good the team is overall. And then we look at the special teams. Special teams have been absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. We look at the power play to start. Devils 3rd in the league with a 30.3% power play. We were temporarily in the 2nd spot, but obviously that shutout loss against the Blues didn't help. And so we're going to be probably battling. We could even contend to finish with the best power play, to be honest, but the Jets are just a wagon right now. They're at 33.8%, and the Vegas Golden Knights just ahead of the Devils with a 30.4% power play, and they're the Devils at number 3 with 30.3%. With the offensive talent we have, this does not surprise me. I believe in the summer I said I expected us to be at worst case scenario, a top 10 power play, and right now they're top 3. We look at the penalty kill. Devils with an 84.3% penalty kill, which is good for 5th place in the entire league. And when you look at special teams as a whole, to have the 3rd best power play in the league and the 5th best penalty kill, your special teams are cooking real nice. There's no reason why the Devils can't climb even higher in these individual categories. I mean, special teams have been just a strong suit of this club all season long. It does seem like sometimes when the power play goes cold, the Devils struggle to score 5-on-5. Hopefully that changes, but hopefully the power play just continues to produce, because when teams take penalties, they got to be frightened seeing the power play units the Devils roll out. But overall, couldn't be happier. Special teams have been absolutely phenomenal for the Devils. And when I sit back and look at the season as a whole, this team is heavier, edgier, more violent. The goaltending is substantially better, like I just said a little while ago in this video. Through 25 games, over a full goal less per game allowed. That is an insane, like I don't know if you guys understand the significance of an entire goal. A full goal per game less surrendered to the opponents. That is night and day, and obviously we're seeing it in the way the team's playing, and I think the goaltending could get even better. But it just goes to show how bad it truly was last year. I mean, wow. Not to keep talking about it, but it was terrible. The defense is better. Sheldon Keefe seems to be the perfect hire for this group. I think he's holding the boys accountable. I think he's making sure everyone does their job as told. And guys are buying in. And like a lot of them have mentioned in the past couple of weeks, when the results are there, it's not hard to buy in. And we went on a great stretch of games against top-tier teams in the league and came out 5-1 in that 6-game stretch. I mean, I couldn't be happier. I think people need to take a step back and not live so in the moment. And while that Blues shutout loss at home was painful, sit back and look at what this team has been able to do thus far. And as I've just shown with many different stats, they're way better than last year, guys. Let's be honest, way better than last year, and the season is still young. I expect them to get better as time goes on. One of the main areas of concern for me is obviously the shutout losses. Getting shut out 4 times in the first 25 games is a bit scary. It is a feast or famine offense. It seems on any given night we could explode for 6-7 goals, but when it's not going, it can be a shutout loss, and they got to figure that out. I'm not exactly sure what the cause for that is, but the Devils were only shut out 4 times last year total, and here we are only 25 games through, and we've been shut out 4 times. So obviously that has to change, but they have a big stretch of games coming up. We look at the next 3, and my God, are these games absolutely huge. Tonight in Detroit against the Wings. Brendan Dillon said he had this one circled on his calendar. I expect this one to be extremely physical. Hopefully the Devils come out ready for war. A 3 o'clock Black Friday special. I am super jacked for this. The boys better respond. after that whole incident with Rasmussen and Jackhughes with the empty net at the end of the last matchup a few weeks back. Jack went to kind of close off on him towards the empty net, and Rasmussen kind of dumped him to the ice and then stood over him and taunted him. No. That's got to go answered, and I expect this one to be a warfare-type atmosphere. Hopefully the boys come out ready. And then tomorrow, back at the Rock against the Capitals. Off on Sunday, and Monday the 2nd at MSG, the one we've all been waiting for. Oh, man. First Devils-Rangers matchup of the season. It is a shame the schedule makers made us wait so long, but this one has warfare written all over it. Obviously, I don't need to explain to you. If you're watching this, you already know the Matt Rempe chronicles of everything that happened last year and the line brawl and Curtis McDermott, the toughest man in the National, and I expect this one to be electric. Electric. Have not decided if I'm going to venture out to the Garden. I probably won't. Like I mentioned, Ranger fans like to start problems, and while I'm ready and willing to engage, I can't be in MSG jail. I don't need it in my life. But these next 3 are really big, and 2-1 would be great. I fully would love to win all 3, but 2-1 in these 3 games would be great. 4 of 6 points is a .66 repeating points percentage, which is slightly better than the .640 points percentage the Devils are currently playing at right now. And so 2-1 against these 3 teams would be phenomenal. Obviously, 3-0 is the dream. And then they have 3 days off before hosting the Kraken Friday, December 6th, back at the Rock. But wow. I'm super jacked for the game tonight against the Red Wings, and I'm jacked for the rest of the season. But this little stretch of 3 games is another huge 3-game stretch. Wings, Caps, Rangers. Oof. Let's go. I'm super pumped. But, wow, we went over a lot here. I hope that it was helpful to some of you to truly see that despite all of the naysayers talking nonsense, this team is much better than last season. They are a pretty solid team at the moment, and I have the highest of expectations for them come playoff time. I do think come the playoffs, this team is going to be gelling at a beautiful rate, and I think they're the type of roster that could really make a push. I really believe it. Goaltending, defense, balance, scoring, grittiness. Man, I can't wait till April. The return to the playoffs, it'll be nearly 2 long calendar years. We got knocked out in May of 23 by the Hurricanes, and, come April 25, we'll be back. But that is such a long time to wait. It feels like even longer. But, yeah, wow. Let me know what you thought about anything I said in this video in the comments. And as always, anything, everything Devils hockey, throw it out there in the comments. I enjoy talking to all of you from all over the world. Big 3-game stretch here. Boys got to get it done. If you're newer to the channel, poke around and check it out. I put up a bunch of interesting videos in the past few weeks or so. So check those out if you're newer. Also, if you're unaware, I do a post-game live after every single Devils game. So I watch the game, obviously, every night. Wait till the Devils MSG post-game goes off the air. And then your boy Ace comes with the post-game live on the channel. Love seeing all you out there for that. It is funny how many more people come out for wins versus losses. I will say, I do find that odd. A lot of you, after a loss, you're like, nah, I'm good. But everyone wants to celebrate after a win. I appreciate those of you that come out for the losses even more. But wow, I am pumped up for these next few games. I'm pumped up for the season. I will talk to you all soon. I will be back soon. Throw it all out there in the comments. Thank you all for watching. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. Until next time, friends, let's go Devils.